This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is going to be in that grave? Are you ready? Because I'm not. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 4, Episode 18, 11:59, and I'm guessing that's the time this character dies in this episode, even though it was really around, 8:59 maybe? Yeah. And so what did I think of it? What did I think of this entire episode? Let me start off by saying I think this episode actually started off a little slow for me, but as it continued on, at least until the halfway point, I started feeling it was starting to pick up. We start off randomly with, Andy, Diggle's brother. Looks like he's still part of the team after all. Despite them showing us that it looked like he was the bad guy in the last episode, but then right away they throw us, no, he's actually good. Don't worry, everybody. He was just going along with whatever Merlin was telling him, so it seemed like he was telling him the truth. Until later on in the episode, we find out, nope, he's still working for Damien Darhk. So it looks like he was lying, but not lying. So, yeah, okay. Andy, I hate Andy. That's it. I think there's no redemption. I hope Diggle kicks his ass, and I hope Diggle puts him in his place once and for all. No forgiveness after this, Diggle. Don't forgive your brother. Oliver was right. People don't change. Sometimes they do, but in this case, this one doesn't. So you better not be messing with him next time. So let's get to the real important part of this episode. Merlin is breaking Damien Darhk out of prison. That's the whole episode. And we get this really cool fight scene. And there's a lot of this build-up between Diggle and his brother and Laurel taking on this job. And that's when I started realizing, okay, they're really making us think it's either going to be Diggle that's going to die in this episode, or it's going to be Laurel. Now, I made a little prediction yesterday. I made a little Arrow theory video where I made a prediction on who I thought was going to die, and I'm going to show that clip right now. Who is it going to be? Okay, ready? Man, this is hard. I'm going to predict it's going to be Detective Lance. Quentin Lance. I think Quentin Lance is going to be the one in the grave. Why? So, as you can tell, I was completely way off. And, it actually turned out to be Laurel. The character that I thought, if the show had killed this character, I thought, wow, this show has balls. And literally, I had to write that as soon as I thought they killed it. But then they did something very interesting. They kind of made it look like, towards the end, oh no, look everybody, Laurel's alive. And so we were like getting this really nice moment between Laurel and Oliver, when Laurel was still in the bed and all that. And yeah, so it looked like, oh, everything must be fine. And Lance was on the way, so that's when I was starting to say, so it is going to be Lance. Maybe my prediction is right. Maybe Lance is going to be the one to die. I wasn't excited about it, but I was like starting to think to myself, well, if Lance is on the way and Laurel's turning out okay, there you go. I was right. Lance is going to be the one to die. And then all of a sudden, you see these people rushing into the room, and Laurel's like having a seizure, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And there we have it. Laurel dies in one of the most emotional moments the show has probably ever had. Like, I was starting to get teary-eyed. I couldn't believe it. And it was, I just couldn't believe it. It's like the writers were like, okay, we're going to bring her back to life. Have her have a little talk with Oliver before she goes, and then we're gonna rip their hearts out after this heart-to-heart talk and show the fans, see, you're gonna miss her now that she's gone. And I'm one of the people that actually liked Laurel this season. I liked her last season. I liked her last season. She had a little bit of a bumpy road turning into Black Canary, and she had a very big bumpy road in season 2, but I feel like lately, the last two seasons, she's been a really good character, a character that I really grown to really enjoy and like. And I'm actually sad that they killed her off. I'm actually sad that they listened to the hate complaints about Laurel and were like, they gave into it. And but at the same time, I thought it was so well handled that I was actually invested in the stuff that was going on, the character mode, the character interactions. I literally thought they were building up Oliver and Laurel's relationship, and then no, they ripped that all away. And it's like, this show once again proves that, hey, look, no one is safe on this show. Our show is like Game of Thrones. We don't care if Laurel and Oliver had a relationship in the comics. We're throwing that all away. We're doing the show the way we want. And this is proof of that. And man, I'm going to miss Katie Cassidy because I think she did a terrific, especially in this episode, I thought she did a terrific job. So if Katie Cassidy watches my review, I hope you watch this review and you say, wow, this guy's really nice. And no, but she did a terrific job. All the actors did a terrific job. You know, when Lance came into the hospital after Oliver walked out, seeing her, you know, pass away like that, like you see the sadness on Stephen Amell's face, and on Quentin Lance, they don't even have to say anything to each other. Lance just knows, and he just collapses. And yeah, man, it was a really well done episode. And because of that, because of the last half hour, I am going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I really thought it was the last half hour really saved it for me. What could have been maybe an 8 or a 7 turned out to be a really good episode towards the end. And wow, man, Oliver's going to be pissed. And the other reason why I'm not, now thinking about it, makes sense to me, because Oliver was even saying like there's like other masked vigilantes in the city, and there was a line there that kind of got me thinking, well, they can bring Sarah back. And that was kind of my prediction, I think, that I said yesterday, or at least I've been thinking it for quite some time. Like, if they want, they could kill Laurel off and just have Sarah take her place as Black Canary once again, because the idea of Legends of Tomorrow, if it's true, that season 2 will be rotating the cast. If Sarah's one of the characters to be rotated, get rid of Sarah from Legends of Tomorrow and put Sarah back on Arrow. There you go. You got your Black Canary back, the Black Canary that everyone originally loved anyway. So, but seriously, I'm gonna miss Katie Cassidy as Laurel. I think Laurel grew to be a stronger character than what she was back in season 1 and especially season 2. And I feel like the fans have really not given that character a chance, and it's kind of sad, really. And so anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on tonight's episode. There was a lot of other things that happened, but the big one was that, and I think I needed to really get this all off my chest because it was an intense ending. I couldn't believe it. So tell me, guys, what did you think of the ending? Were you happy that Laurel was off, or were you like me, like, man, I can't believe the show actually crossed that line. I can't believe they gave in to the haters that hated Laurel and like wrote her off like that. Like, that's something I didn't see coming at all. So share your thoughts, let me know, like this video, and subscribe to my channel, especially if you love Arrow, The Flash, or Legends of Tomorrow, because I review all those episodes as well as many movie reviews. And maybe follow me on Twitter. I also have a Facebook page. I'll put that stuff in the link in the description box below. And until next time, guys, take care.